Starting a marketing agency in 2026 is the best thing you can do. I'm just going to go over a presentation on why you need to do it and honestly why it's the best skill to have, especially in 2026. Because you know how we have like a massive social media turn and we're going more and more towards the digital age. You know how everything is so connected and we're getting, like more and more stuff is being online. So sort of makes it a bit of a no-brainer. Obviously, understanding the skill of marketing is understanding the skill of how to make money from people watching you online. So yeah, you need to start a marketing agency in 2026 if you want to take this year seriously, or even if you're watching this video in the future, maybe 2026, 2027, 2050, 2100, whenever, whatever. The point being is marketing will be the best skill to have. And this is the reason why I need to start a marketing agency in 2026. So I'm just going to quickly go over with you guys like why you need to start a marketing agency in 2026. So I'm just going to show you guys one of these. So why I need to start a marketing agency in 2026. So a lot of you guys are thinking, why do I need to start a marketing agency in 2026? But here's the thing. We're going to cover today on my story, the business model that changed my life, which I've made it pretty clear it was a marketing agency, and how anyone can start a marketing agency in 2026. So I'll show you my 3 steps from how I went from 50 grand in debt all the way to making 25 grand a month, all at the age of 20. I'm currently now 21. And this is consistently making me over 6 figures a year. So let's just jump into it. So from here, for anyone who wants to work with me for a 3-month, coaching, so you'll see the link in the description. Click that and just click in that says work with me, and then we can move forward from there. Here's what I want to show you guys. Why you should listen to me. So I was working 3 jobs, working ridiculous hours, like 21-hour days, like consistently, to now making a business, which now makes me over 25 grand a month. I've built a 6-figure business in less than 12 months. And I've also been working since I was 14. That's when I started up my first social media marketing agency, which we will go more in depth later on. Actually, I need to change that, but I've at least invested about 150K into mentorship, if not more. And also, I ended up doing this with no safety net, debt, and I ended up figuring out what to do, how to work it. I understand businesses very well because I've got a background in consulting, so I understand how the business operates. So think of it like a car. Business operates like a car. The cash flow, the marketing, the sales, the finance are like the engine of the vehicle. And then every other little bit is, let's just say you want a fancier car. They just add more and more fancy elements. Otherwise, nitty gritty, the stuff that makes the car work is basically the whole understanding the business consulting side, which is sales, finance, and marketing. And also, I've tested many different business models, and this was the main one that worked for me. This was also the one that worked the best for me. So I've been doing affiliate marketing, drop shipping. I've done pretty much anything. You've named it, I've done it. I've also had a background in sales, so that also makes more sense. And also I've also helped other people like you watching this video succeed with no capital, no ads, or absolutely no experience. And I've just guided them and showed them what I've done and how they've actually ended up printing money. And I've created that into a simplified system which works. So let's just jump straight into it. So my story. So ignore how blurry the images are. I just got it. Yeah. But anyway, point being is that my story, so pretty much to begin with, I wanted to be an Olympic rower. So you can see me and my best mate in the photo back in school. I wanted to be an Olympic rower. That's when we placed 3rd in the state. So back in 2020, I wanted to be an Olympic rower. I set my whole time, everything to doing that. Then after that, I ended up doing my back, and I was just a bit lost. I wanted to become a lawyer. I was trying to figure out what to do. And then 2020, oh no, that was back in 2019. 2020 hit that following year, and then that introduced me into social media marketing. That also then showed me stuff like obviously how I need to do that, how I need to position. And obviously I was trying with my first marketing agency. Didn't work out well because I didn't have the great understanding, nor did I have the correct skills that I have now. Obviously, as I said, more of a background in sales, more of a background in consulting. It has massively helped out because then I can understand the skills and show people the leverage points from where they are today to where they need to go to get to where they need to be within their business. Also up here, this shows you what I used to do. So I was a fitness coach back in, when did I finish school? 2022. And I was just like, this isn't for me. So then I decided that's just me just working in my sales job, working. So yeah, and I was just like, that's not for me. I wanted to do something else. And I went back to marketing again. And obviously I was marketing throughout the whole time when I was doing this. They're all my old videos when I used to upload to YouTube for any of the people who've been watching me since I've been uploading to YouTube way before this account. And yeah, so I did that. Wasn't the greatest fan of it. Because of obviously this background and growing, I was like, okay, cool, this is more suited towards me. And then I actually gave it a shot. And I'm like, maybe not. And then I decided to obviously go back to marketing, affiliate marketing. I just kept on doing marketing copy. Then I moved to sales because I'm like, okay, cool. What is the one thing that is keeping me from not getting there? So then I learned sales. Then from there, I ended up starting uploading my own YouTube. And then obviously since the start of 2025, I also started calling and start doing content and start getting clients. And that's an example of what my calendar looks like on one of my first YouTube videos, just because of one video just changed my whole life. And I can replicate the same systems for you to do the same. So you can then learn on what I was doing from a broke sales rep to what I have now, as obviously now making a successful marketing agency, and also showing you guys what I did and how I did to end up getting there. Well, let's just jump into it. So marketing agencies are the best businesses to start. So let's just tackle a few things. So before I continue, you can also download the 10K marketing agency breakdown. Just click the link below and download the free PDF, and it will show you how to make your first 10K through a marketing agency. So let's just jump onto it. So the reason why you need to start a marketing agency is because you don't have to worry about any upfront capital. All you need is your laptop, your phone. So one of these, like I got my main phone. This is one of my other phones, other work phones, and then I've got more stuff. You know, you always need to have multiple of one thing. But yeah, all you need is phone, internet connection, and maybe even a camera and a microphone. That's it. This removes every single point of resistance, because you know how a lot of people are like, it's too hard, it's too difficult. Literally, send messages on this, call people on this. Obviously, with the right systems, it makes everything a lot easier. And also with the computer, all you need to do is type words, get access to people, get access to clients, get access to video folders, and all that sort of stuff. Pretty self-explanatory. And then that's all you need. That is all you need. We don't need any fancy camera equipment, whatever. As long as your phone can record videos, as long as this thing can record videos, you're going to be fine. And also on top of that, the thing that I love about marketing is that it's high profit margin. It is generally between 70 and 80%, depending on your client. And obviously, the more and more premium of the client you get, and you're selling your high leverage skills plus your implementation, which also means 3,000 to 5,000 minimum per client. So you know how much that can change your life. Barely any deliverable cost, maybe a video editor, maybe someone to do admin, maybe a sales rep who you pay commission on, maybe 5, 10%, whatever. That's all sorted. And generally as well, when it also includes this, also they also pay a monthly ad budget, which doesn't come out of your margin. So yeah, you'll be right from there. Minimal delivery cost, and you keep most of what you make. And literally the other cost is like 5% on software, which is nothing. And also, you know how you guys probably earn between £2,000 to £4,000 a month. 1-2 clients solves all those problems, no hassles. You get paid upfront plus also a monthly retainer. So generally you get access to the upfront. So basically what it costs you to install all your systems. So it's typically between 1 to 2K to install all your systems. And then on top of that, what you're charging the client per month, because you are working with your client, so then you can then gain them more and more income. You can also then charge them a monthly retainer, which is also what I was going on about. Clients also pay you before it gets delivered. So there's no worrying about chasing up on invoices. That's also why you be very particular on the people who you work with. That's why it's also a premium service, because you're not just selling to the average Joe who's on the street who doesn't even know what a business is. You're selling to people who understand that business works in a particular sort of way. So they will understand how marketing works. There may be a bit of a rush, but also systems have to come into play. Systems have to help you move forward. And this obviously helps you to be able to deliver these results as soon as possible. Also, you're not stuck to a single office. I just like this place because there's obviously an office here, sitting in the aircon. I don't have to sit. I'm pretty sure it's like 40 degrees at the moment. 40-degree Australian heat, so better than sitting at home. So let me have a quick look. How hot is it at the moment? It is currently 33 degrees. So yeah, we don't have to worry. Yeah, I don't have to worry about 33-degree heat. So obviously I'm sitting in an office, but you can go anywhere, any place. You could literally be working the beach in the middle of Thailand for all you know. All you need is this thing again. All you need is just your phone. Everything will be sweet. That's pretty much all you need. So then you can message, call people, and yeah. And you can also make as much of what you want, because I understand, like, even while I was doing sales, you're still capped because you're still, even though you're trading more value for time, you're still stuck to having salary because you can only earn up to so much. Whereas here, you can earn as much as what you want because all you got to worry about is training and basically getting people to move forward. That is why the agency model is the best. And also, it's unlike Info, where you're able to consistently make more and more money and you don't have like a threshold, because it's generally just like a line like that. It just goes straight up and just compounds. Why marketing agency? Marketing agencies are the best business to start because they're beginner friendly. Also, you get to charge high ticket and you don't have to worry about trading your time for money. You charge for value, not time. So let me just quickly uncover. So they're the best business to start because advertising is the best skill to have. Also, once you understand the hang of advertising, and once you understand, obviously, more and more nuances and how to get better and better at it, the skill just continually compounds. It's a great skill to have. It will literally serve you any place, anywhere, anytime, and then you're able to move forward from there. Also, it's the best beginner friendly because you also understand how to run every other business without the complexity of doing it. You focus on what you're good at, marketing, and you understand sales. That's it. You don't need to worry about anything else. You don't need to worry about finances. You don't need to worry about anything at all. Also, you have a client on retainer, which means you don't have to worry about following up people or trying to get these new leads in. Like a lot of these coaches and businesses going around, they have to continually just follow up people to get them over the line. You don't hear, because clients will just continually pay you more and more and more. And also, as I said, marketing's the best skill to have. You can literally get it anytime, any place, and still get paid. All you need to do is just basically put money in a machine and then it just prints for you. Once you understand the skill. That's probably the biggest thing. Also, why start marketing in 2026? I know a lot of people thinking, I'm too late to the party. The only truth is you're only late to the party if you never actually show up. I don't care how many years down the line. We've had marketing since the beginning of time. We've had sales since the beginning of time. We've had business. We've had finance. We've always had commerce since the beginning of time. What? So if I didn't start a marketing agency back in 1000 BC, I'm too late to the party. You get my point. You're better off starting now than later. At least you get to acquire the skill and then you get to evolve and adapt to the current circumstances, because it's more so a game of growing and evolving than what it is of actually not doing it. You're better off doing it today than waiting later on and not doing a single thing. Also, just let you know, obviously you guys are more than aware, more and more people are getting onto the internet. So what does that tell you? More and more people want to buy your stuff. And also the more and more people who are connecting, the more and more money you'll make. And also, as I said, more people, which means you'll also get more serious buyers, which I will help you with finding out who are the serious people and, obviously getting you over the line of making sure you get the high ticket buyers who are serious and want to move forward. And also, as I said previously, you're better off starting today. You're better off starting now. If not, as I said, you're better off starting today. If not, you were better off starting yesterday, but yesterday's gone. So let's just focus on the present. So yeah, everything's going to move forward. Also, 2026 has just started. This is the 26th of January as me recording, and we're not even a month through the year. So what's the point of you making excuses and giving up now? And also on top of that, you want to start now because then you can gain the skill, then you can grow, evolve, and adapt. And like I said, you're better off starting today, growing, evolving the skill, and then adapting over time, because then you can beat your other biggest competitor in the future, which is AI marketing agencies. Wouldn't worry about them now, but I'm just saying, with the people who do not start now, that is what you're competing up against. Why they not choose someone who can literally make an AI marketing agency for like maybe half the price of yours, literally half the price of yours in the future. So you're better off starting now. And also on top of that, if you start now, you're going to have more capital, more teams, and you'll also have a stronger skill set than what ChatGPT can do. Because if you start marketing now, you're going to understand the skill so much better. You're going to understand all the little nuances. You're going to understand every little core detail. So then you're able to basically beat every new marketer, every AI, and beat pretty much everyone who you're competing against. But also, if you want any help making your marketing agency a 10K a month business, click the link in the description where it says work with me, and then we can book on a call from there. And also, it's a lot easier than what you think. Most people fail because they're too busy chasing those $97 a month agencies, which is all focused on automation, not the actual client results. And too many people get too many ideas. So I've been in your shoes before where I've had multiple different businesses started off. It also has bit me like really badly because I've had too many different things going on at once. Whereas if everything just goes through the marketing, which I've always been the one who's been marketing anyway, but if everything goes through the one, you're going to be better off because then it's just one income source, one way. Obviously, you can diversify, which those people who know, and then we can, yeah. But basically focus on marketing agency, getting your first 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K in before you even think about diversifying. Also, a lot of you people with the, especially with the YouTube game or even with the social media game, you focus on the viewers, not how many people buy. Also, the good thing that you need to keep in mind is you need to focus on the high quality connections, not the low quality, because you're better off getting one high quality connection who just pays you $5,000 a month without even thinking about it than just some guy who complains over $97. And also on top of that, the simpler the model, the more focused execution and the consistent action. They all work, they all compound, and they're just going to keep on helping you move forward. Here's also my 3-step formula to start a marketing agency in 2026. So identify who you're selling to. So like me, for example, I sell marketing services to financial businesses and also coaches, consultants, and other like financial agencies. So I identify the problem they have. Let's just say their problem is they're not getting enough of their, why can I not think of the word? They're not getting enough of their like certified leads. They're not getting enough quality leads. So then we backtrack and work out what their one problem is, something that actually solves their problem in real time, let's just say while providing like a lead magnet or whatever, and then you're able to move forward. And also, you don't need to be an expert. You're better off just being ahead of the business owner. So if you've heard the saying, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man, I can't even think of it. It's like the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is like still ahead of everyone. It's something similar to that. It's like the exact same way in business. You're better off having a better understanding of what the business owner has than, the business owner having no idea, because at least then you can guide him to move forward. Whereas if you don't, there's no point. And also turn it into a high ticket package. Turn it into a clear transformation. Like for example, I will then increase your sales by 20% from, let's just say you start off at 40K. I will increase your sales by 20%. So we will get you to your first 50K consistently. Also price it at 3 to 6K a month for your monthlies and your upfront. There should be pounds because you're going to get the client's leads. Obviously with the skill set that I teach you, you'll be able to do that. Also focus on the results. Don't focus on the hours nor the content. Also, all you need to do is attract it with simple content to start a YouTube channel, explain the problem that you're solving, speak directly to that one business owner, and send viewers to directly book a call. There's no products, there's no inventory, there is no employees unless you get to the point where you need to hire people. Just the skills, the offer, and focusing on delivering the clients the best results they want and need. So step number 1, identify who you're selling to. You don't need to be any expert. You just need to be one step ahead of the business owner. You need to understand the greatest points of leverage for them. So what are their biggest issues at the moment? How can you end up solving that? How can you change the business for them for the better? And how will you do this? With what strategy? And come up with what game plan? Because remember, you're working in a partnership. You're working with a business owner to then improve it. So that's why you need to come up with a strategy that you and both the business owner both understand. Also, it's important to realize you don't need to be the best. You just need to be one step in front of the person who you are helping. And that's how people like you who are watching this video win. Package it into a high ticket offer. Skills don't make the money. Offers do. Remember, you're selling results, not time. It is not your job. And we do not want to turn this into another job for you. So package it properly. Turn it into one clear outcome. So as I said, if I work with a business, I'm going to then make them £100,000 a month through my marketing, for example. How will I end up doing this? I'll be charging them $15,000 a month, and for this, and this result, we will turn it into a clear transformation. So we will get 20 verified buyers, not verified, ideal buyers for your business, so then you can help them move forward. Obviously, as I said, you can charge your clients 3 to 6K, especially when you start off. Let's just say for like a beginner, I'll make my clients 25K a month. I'll charge them 3 to 5K a month. Obviously, when you're charging high ticket, there's less people you got to worry about, or you got to focus on is just those clients, more income, But also when it gives you more income, it also gives you more room to charge. Also, the more time, the more freedom you get. Like, for example, instead of I just sell marketing, some broad, unimportant term which no one needs to hear. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry hears it. Whereas I help coaches and consultants that scale to 6 figures a year, which is only $8,000 a month. So you provide all the marketing for them at X amount, let's just say 3K. You help them to then make 8K a month, whatever. But you get the idea. That's the difference. You don't need to worry about hundreds of clients. You don't need to worry about the endless calls. You don't even need to worry about like cold calling people and then just being like, hey, can you buy my stuff? No, you don't need to worry about that. All you need to do is focus on 2 to 5 clients per month, a clear promise, and a structured offer. That is how a marketing agency making 10K a month becomes reality. And step number 3, attract clients with simple content. You don't need to worry about going viral. You just need to be specific. The goal isn't views, it's buyers. And also, as I said, here's how it works. So you just start up a YouTube channel, speak to one individual person, help them solve that specific problem. As I said, let's just say consultants or creators, their biggest problem is not getting enough of their ideal customer. How will you end up solving that problem? What do you need to do and backtrack that to understand the problem and how to virtually break that problem open and then solve it? And also, you need to remember you're speaking to one individual person. Like, for example, this video, I'm speaking to you people who are still working in 9 to 5 between the ages of 25 to 40 who want to start up your own marketing agency and who want to learn the skill of marketing. Because you guys do understand that marketing is the best skill and is the best way out. So that, for example, and what to talk about, the mistakes that your audience is making, what's holding them back, and how to get the desired results fast. It's that simple. Also, it's important to take into consideration 100 targeted views is better than 10,000 random, because you're better off getting 100 people who want to buy or who will eventually buy than 1,000 people who don't even know what you're talking about. Call to action every time. Book in a call, link in description. Let's work together. And if you want help scaling your marketing agency to 10K a month while working to me for a 3-month coaching, click the link in the description where it says work with me and book in a call. And as I said, we can work together for 3 months. And also for you guys, there's also going to be a link in the description where you guys can actually see my framework that will actually help you get to 10K. So let me just, give me a second. So you know that PDF that I was telling you guys about? If you want any help to go to link in the description, click in the 10K a month marketing agency breakdown. You'll get a free PDF and that should actually help you start your marketing journey. So yeah, that's it from me and I'll catch you guys. Actually, hold on. One more thing as well, especially for any of you guys who are interested in how I became the person that I've become. Let me just get rid of this. Hold up, give me a second. I'm just going to get rid of this other screen. So yeah, for any of you guys who are interested in the mindset for me and how I've become, watch the video over here, which says how I became a billionaire so young. So you'll understand the mindset and what I've actually done to become a billionaire, and also the skill set that I needed to do that. So yeah, click that video over there. If not, book in a call down below. I can help you out and I can help you scale to your first 10K a month on a 3-month coaching program. And yeah, just watch that video over there. It's an absolute banger. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.